This demon is the Demon King's queen, possessing the highest level of power. The only one capable of winning her heart is the Demon King himself. However, when the queen intended to kill the weakest F-rank hero before her, she unexpectedly felt a sudden restlessness. Even the Demon King was left questioning life from the sidelines. Oh no, I can't control myself. I really want to see this human's abs. Turns out, Caries is a righteous man. Not long ago, he activated a system. Anyone he locks onto will awaken deep-seated emotions. Initially, he strongly resisted this system. That is, until this battle. She is Jorg, the Demon King's queen. Is this the so-called power of a mere human hero? Utterly pathetic. Not even close to my king's level. This is so boring, I even yawned. How dull, human. The female hero Bella beside Caries kept urging him to flee. However, the righteous Caries chose to stand firm in the face of danger. You're just an F-rank hero. You're even getting nosebleeds standing here. Just run already. Yet the queen had already noticed Caries and his group. She charged at them, intending to take their lives. She planned to present his head to her beloved king. However, Caries stood his ground. System activated. Activating I Love Shiba Inu system. Target locked. At this moment, the Queen Jorg was already in front of him. She grabbed Caries by the neck. She bared her fangs and slowly moved closer. Moments later, the system chimed. Kiss completed. Attack power plus 100. Bella, who stood nearby, was stunned. What the hell just happened? Even the Queen's demon subordinates were confused. Your Majesty, what are you doing? At that moment, the Queen's eyes widened. She reflexively leapt backward, creating distance. However, Caries calmly wiped his mouth. By now, the Queen's heart was pounding uncontrollably. Wasn't I supposed to pounce on him and kill him? How did I end up kissing him? What's wrong with me? Caries suddenly spoke righteously. For the safety of the city's people, I am willing to sacrifice my entire body if needed. The demon subordinates started whispering among themselves. Is the Queen being soft on him? But the Queen found it strange. So she ordered her subordinates to launch a second attack. Caries stood at the ready. One of the demons swung an axe at Caries. Caries tried to counter with his sword. But his sword was easily broken. The demon pressed on, swinging its axe again. Luckily, Caries ducked just in time to avoid the blow. My defense hasn't increased, but my attack power has gone up by 100 points. Sure enough, he used his broken sword to shatter the demon's axe. At that moment, another demon tried to ambush him from behind. Caries quickly turned and slashed with his sword. He struck the demon in the chest. Bella couldn't believe it. An F-rank hero actually sent that demon flying. Just as Caries thought he had cut it in half, he realized it was only a surface wound. These demons are ridiculously strong. Suddenly, he heard a noise behind him. The Queen extended her long leg and struck from above. Caries barely managed to block the kick. The ground shattered into pieces from the force of her blow. Rocks flew in all directions. When the dust cleared, the Queen had Caries pinned down. A demon seized the chance to deliver a fatal blow. But the Queen suddenly whipped her tail around, sending her subordinate flying. It turned out the Queen wanted to deal with him herself. No one else is allowed to interfere. I will personally teach this human a lesson. At this point, her restlessness index reached 91. As she opened her blood-red mouth to bite him, she ended up lightly biting his ear instead. Is this the price I must pay for my power? But compared to the people of this city, what is this small humiliation? The Queen herself was in disbelief. Did I just willingly do this to a human? Meanwhile, Cerese's system kept chiming. Defense plus 50, agility plus 120. The demon subordinates were bewildered. The Queen's supposed to kill this human, right? Why does this feel off? See? The Queen is just searching for a weak spot on him. Don't overthink it. As his stats continued to increase, Caries felt that he might finally be able to handle these demons. Caries prepared to strike back with his sword. However, his leg was tightly wrapped by the Queen's tail. She then slammed him hard against the wall. The demons started jeering again. I told you, the Queen really does want to kill him. However, the Queen was struggling to control herself. How dare a puny human oppose us demons? Let me take a look at your abs. She then tore off Cerese's armor. Take a good look. This is the difference between your body and mine. Yet, her expression started to falter. The demons were watching eagerly. Is this some sort of psychological attack? The Queen slowly reached out her claws toward him. But something seemed to well up from deep inside her. I must resist. At this moment, her restlessness reached 100%. The Queen completely lost control. She then engaged in a fierce battle with Caries. The sight was so shocking that Bella blushed. Are they really fighting? Caries, for the safety of the city, decided to endure it all for the greater good. Fine, bring it on. I need to become stronger. The demon subordinates were left speechless. Meanwhile, Cerese's stats kept increasing. However, this scene was witnessed by the Demon King himself. The Queen turned her head. She froze instantly. "My king, let me explain." No, it's not what you think." And thus, the Demon King's grand cuckolding scene began. Queen, blushing, frantically tried to explain. "It's not what it looks like." The Demon King's body erupted with a glowing green aura of rage. "I'm going to kill you all." With a thunderous roar, he charged at them with incredible speed. In an instant, he struck Carries, sending him flying. Carries crashed hard into the ground. "I didn't expect him to reach me so quickly. And his attack power is ridiculously high." The Demon King, Barrett, demanded answers from the Queen. "Didn't you promise there wouldn't be a second time? I told you, if it happened again, I wouldn't forgive you." Unexpectedly, the Queen threw a tantrum. "Why did you come so late? It's all because of you." At this moment, the Demon King looked uncharacteristically humbled. He could only stare at her in confusion. Even the demon subordinates found it hard to watch. The Queen became even more agitated. "This is all because you came too late. That's why I cuckolded you. You're the one at fault, yet you blame and threaten me. Tell me, where were you for so long just now?" The Demon King's earlier fury was completely gone. "My dear, please don't be angry. I was just chasing down some humans who escaped." The demon subordinates felt like they were learning something. Meanwhile, Carries realized he had to flee immediately. The power difference between him and the demons was too great. He quietly pulled Bella along to sneak away. Meanwhile, the Demon King was still consoling his queen. "Blame that human for cuckolding me, not you. It's not your fault." Then he radiated a powerful killing intent. "I'll kill him right now. My dear, you won't feel bad, right?" The Queen, Jorg, immediately clung to his leg. "Don't worry, my king, you are my one true love. How could I have feelings for any other man?" The Demon King then ordered his demon subordinates to stop Carries. But the subordinates hesitated. The Queen clearly ordered us not to touch him earlier. Before they could finish, the Demon King dashed toward Carries like an arrow. Carries noticed it too late. In an instant, the Demon King's attack struck above them. "You filthy human scum! How dare you seduce my queen!" With one powerful slash, he sent Carries flying. Carries landed near the Queen. The impact broke several of his ribs. "I can't block this at all. His speed is insane." The Demon King didn't give him any time to recover. In the next moment, he charged at Carries again, swinging his sword mercilessly. "This is the price for seducing my queen." At this point, Carries had no other options. "If only I can keep leveling up," he shouted. "System, lock on." In the next instant, the Queen's hand lashed out. But it struck the Demon King instead. "I won't let you hurt him." That slap left the Demon King utterly stunned. Carries seized the opportunity and quickly slipped away. The Demon King looked on in disbelief. "My queen, why are you doing this?" But the Queen's mind was entirely focused on Carries. The Demon King desperately grabbed her. "Didn't you say I was your one true love?" The next moment, the Queen shook off his hand. Without looking back, she ran toward Carries. "Wait for me, I can't hold back anymore." She was the Demon King's queen, who saw humans as inferior beings. Only the strongest Demon King could win her heart. Yet, with just one look at Carries, the Queen was overwhelmed with restlessness. She even tried to throw herself into Ceresa's arms in front of the Demon King. "Don't stop me, I can't hold back anymore." She suddenly lunged toward Carries. "Oppa, wait for me." The system chimed as her stats continued to grow. At this moment, the Demon King looked utterly defeated. "My queen, it's my fault for not being good enough to stop a human. I'll kill him right now. My queen, please come back to me." But the Queen angrily turned back and shouted, "Get lost." The Demon King Barrett couldn't believe what she just said. He fell to his knees with a thud. Meanwhile, Bella tried to save Carries from the Queen's grasp. Carries quickly warned her to stay away. But the Queen's tail lashed out and wrapped around Bella. She was slammed against the wall. Queen, Jorg, was confused. She didn't understand why she was acting this way. But deep inside, she felt joy. She could no longer control herself. The Demon King trembled as he gripped his sword. "I don't believe this. You're lying, right? I can't accept this." He charged toward them in a rage. In an instant, his blade was aimed at the Queen's head. But when he saw the Queen's face, he couldn't bring himself to strike. The Queen turned away and continued her pursuit, leaving the Demon King in utter despair. He no longer had the strength to lift his sword. Broken and hopeless, the Demon King's body began to emit a strong green glow. It turned out he was planning to self-destruct. The Queen noticed it immediately. "Barrett, what are you doing?" The demon subordinates panicked and fled. Suddenly, the system chimed. Level up to 10. Skill unlocked. Carries grabbed his broken sword and slashed at the Demon King. In an instant, the blade cut across the Demon King's neck. This skill was called Phantom Slash. It transformed the user into a shadow, allowing them to strike any enemy within 5 meters. The Demon King's self-destruction was stopped. Carries glanced at his broken sword. It seems leveling up unlocks more skills. The queen looked at the fallen demon king with a hint of disdain. Why didn't you just self-destruct? But the demon king wasn't finished. He suddenly leapt up and tackled the queen, holding her tightly. Jorg, honor your promise. Let's leave this world together. The queen cried out desperately, no, save me. The next second, Carries swung his broken sword at the demon king, pulling the queen away from his grasp. Even without his head, the demon king kept calling out Jorg's name. This was followed by a massive explosion. At the last second, they managed to escape the blast, falling into the depths below. Did we just fall to the bottom of the dungeon? At this moment, Jorg had transformed into a tiny lizard. It turned out this was her true form. She then crawled into Cerese's pocket. The system announced, successfully defeated the Demon King acquired Nay dungeon map. However, Carries was troubled. Should I open the map or not? Here we go. Cerese's system was incredibly practical. Not only could it detect the color of the expedition leader's wife's underwear, but it also perfectly mapped out every trap in the dungeon. The system could accurately guide every step through the maze. Just moments ago, Carries and his group had fallen to the dungeon's bottom. Bella slowly stood up at this point. Unexpectedly, the system appeared in an awkward position. Reward: Nay dungeon map acquired. However, righteous Carries hesitated to open it. Luckily, Bella noticed Carries lying beneath her. She quickly turned away. Otherwise, righteous Carries might have done something against his will. He then pressed confirm. The system instantly displayed all the map's information. Great. Now we won't get lost heading to the boss room. Bella was baffled. What is he staring at in the air? Carries casually brushed it off. He then grabbed her hand and prepared to leave. But suddenly, he felt a sharp pain in his chest. Blood began spilling from his mouth. His little finger started making cracking sounds. It was melting away. The intense pain caused Carries to writhe. His back scraped against the ground, leaving wounds. Bella quickly held him up. I can't let you keep scraping against the ground. Your back is already bleeding. Moments later, smoke rose from his burning little finger. Carries finally let out a sigh of relief. He slowly sat up. Bella, worried, asked, "What's happening to your body? Why are you melting?" It turned out Carries had been poisoned. 6 months ago, Carries witnessed demons fighting heroes. The demons seemed to be after a box held by the heroes. However, a demon accidentally struck the hero's box. Magical energy burst forth. Carries was thrown into some ruins by the shockwave. A black liquid leaked from the cracks in the box. The next moment, the sky turned blood red. The air was filled with a pungent stench. Then it started raining blood. The hero's bodies began melting as soon as the rain touched them. The demons as well. Carries, sheltered in the ruins, avoided the rain. However, when he woke up, a doctor told him he only had 1 year to live. At that moment, the system appeared. It hinted that demon god's blood could cure the poison. To obtain the blood, Carries bound himself to the system. That's why he came to the dungeon. Meanwhile, another group of heroes was also in the dungeon. They were cautiously making their way through the corridor. One wrong step could trigger deadly traps. They moved carefully, step by step. A powerful beam of light pierced through them. The vice captain shouted, "Everyone, don't move." Even Claude, the strongest defender, was taken out with a headshot. How are we supposed to get through this? However, the squad captain, Sirius, ordered the weakest member to step forward. Thus, the D-rank hero Markway was pushed out as cannon fodder. Go, find the correct path. If you disobey orders, you know the consequences. Markway was sweating profusely. Vice captain pulled out a small golden sphere. This thing can bounce around repeatedly. At least it can detect some traps. Let it scout ahead. The next second, it was sliced in half by blades. Seeing this, Markway's heart sank completely. The captain scolded, "Don't show me this junk, or I'll kill you." Hearing this, the vice captain fell silent. Markway, trembling with fear, had no choice but to proceed. Every step required immense courage. The captain kept urging him to hurry up. "I can't if this keeps up, I'll DE for sure." His mind was consumed by fear. Suddenly, he turned and ran. "I don't want to DE. I want to go home." The next second, a beam of light shot up from the ground, piercing straight through his head. Everyone was stunned. Do the traps change positions every time? The captain didn't care at all. All right, the lowest rank stepped forward. At that moment, the door slowly opened. The one who opened it was Carries. The captain was shocked. Isn't he part of the bait team? How is he still alive? It turned out the captain had personal grudges against him. The day before the expedition, the captain had even tried to kill him. "Tell me, how do you know the color of my wife Shushin's underwear?" Carries bluffed. "It's a battle intuition I've trained myself in. I can sense the color of everything around me." Captain Sirius clearly didn't believe him. "Don't give me that crap. Tell me your relationship with my wife, or I'll kill you right now." Righteous Carries firmly declared, "I will not let you insult my integrity. I'll prove it to you right now." He then started listing their underwear colors one by one. You two are matching couples colors. Yours is pink, and you're not wearing any. The one without underwear suggested, let's just kill him already. The two wearing couples colors suggested, just send him to the bait team. That way, we don't have to get our hands dirty. And that's how Carries ended up here. The captain immediately ordered Carries to come forward. Carries knew they wanted him as cannon fodder. Didn't you train your intuition? Then contribute to the team. Without hesitation, Carries agreed. Bella quickly tried to stop him. Let's think of another way. Carries reassured her. Don't worry, I'll be fine. He then stepped forward without hesitation. The other heroes were stunned. Is this F-rank guy really relying on intuition? The system kept guiding the path. Carries accurately stepped on each correct spot. Soon, he stood in front of the captain. This is the result of my training. My relationship with your wife Shushin is innocent. The next second, the captain held his sword to Cerise's neck. Don't give me that crap, that's just luck. But luck will run out sooner or later. Then you will lead the way.